The first pancake. All right, in this video today, I'm going to show you how to quickly make these cute little icons in 3D so you can print them to put on your bathroom door. So all your friends will know which room is the room they're looking for. We're going to start here. I'm going to make something that gives me a scale. I need to know about 100 millimeters, how big it is. I now can use this to modify and scale the decal from the image I took of these in order to work from them. Right, now that we have this sized up right, we can start working on the sketch. First, I'm going to rename this so I can remember. It's good practice to always name your sketches. Then turn that off, start a new sketch. And here I'm going to just lay out the head with a circle, about right. Determine the size around 18. Put it towards to the center. Build a simple triangle connected to it. I'm going to then build a center line here to make sure I can control the design intent that this is all symmetrical about a center line. Quickly dimension that to the origin so we have it constrained. Okay, now we'll go ahead, set that to the center line of our curve. We can drag this down now, give it a dimension so we know how tall it is. All right, now we'll make sure that's symmetrical about the center line as well. And then we can start working on the feet, the legs, getting it dimensioned up. Here I'll just quickly plan a rectangle that can go up through, and I'll trim everything back. Just makes building the sketch easier. Little tricks here to just get it symmetrical about the center line. We can put a dimension or two on it to make sure we have it constrained. Set that to sit on the baseline. Now we can trim away what we don't need here. One last dimension here to get everything locked down. We'll drive some angles. Here I'm struggling to determine that it just needs an angle to lock this down. There we go. So that sketch is nice and solid. Now we can work on the hem. Just kind of fine tuning things here. Make sure it's pretty close to what I want. Again, just trying to be close, not exact. Good proportions. Building a new center line to go start working on the hem. We'll make the head the same size. One trick here you'll see after you define something, if you want to, when you do dimension it again, well, let's wait and see. We got a new center line here. Now, the other time you probably could have thought, why didn't I just build half on the other side? Well, here, for sure, it's much easier to just build half, get it kind of constrained and dimensioned, and then we can mirror it to the other side, and we'll know that it's perfect and controlled. Again, I'm making them proportionally the same, so the bottoms are both going to be 10. getting things aligned. We'll dimension this up. Something that makes sense. Got to decide how we're going to drive this angle. Constraining that. So you can see here I'm struggling to figure out why won't the him become constrained. And I'm going to back that out there. These I'm going to just define, make them a mirror. Yeah, okay. Now we can dimension some key, trim things back, get some key dimensions laid out so that we can control the head again. So here I'm just going to accept that because I'm trying to figure out the best way in order to manage what is and isn't constrained. So we'll set some angles here. Still don't have things constrained. At a certain point, I'm confused as to why this won't lock, and you'll see here in a minute the reason why. Kind of a good lesson of you should always make sure your sketches turn to obviously fully constrained. Again, it's just I keep saying okay because I want to leave dimensions so that I realize okay these are already over constrained, so they're just known dimensions. That's driving that, so I can delete that. I can delete that. See if this now lets me do what I want here. Yes, it does, but still it's not turning black. My center line is what I should realize is not constrained. So this whole model was just not sitting relative to something else. So there we go. Now everything's locked down. We've got good sketches. We'll go ahead and finish. Obviously from right there, we can turn off our decal, and then we'll be able to go ahead and work on extruding this. We'll just make it 10 millimeters thick, so a good centimeter. And look at it, and now we'll make it 6. It's a better dimension. It's basically 1/4 inch. Now we're trying to decide, I'll put some rounds on it just to kind of help it have some definition. So here I'm experimenting with, do I round the front and decide no, it's too big. And you'll see here soon, I determine this isn't a good plan. So we're going to cancel this and we'll go to fillets for the other shapes on the other direction. This will allow us to kind of have a more, what I consider a racetrack around the perimeter, and will make for a much better shape. So 1 millimeter radius there just to kind of soften it up. Do the same for the hem. Here I'm just checking if one side or the other side is better. Decide to just leave it all the same. Be consistent is best. We want them to match. Now a quick little chamfer on the front face just to soften it because we're going to send this to a 3D print. All right, so you can open this up in Bambu. Quickly go to send to 3D, make a 3D print. You'll notice you have to click the top level to get both files to move over at once. Now that we're in Bambu, we're going to take a quick look, kind of check what we want to make this out of. Change some of the parameters. Go ahead and slice the model. Looks like it's only going to take a little bit. Quickly check the layers. Everything looks good. and we're ready to send it off to print. All right, this gives you a quick view of what it looks like printed. Thanks for watching First Pancake.